So earlierly we have discussed about carcinogenicity and mutagenicity. Now in this session we are going to discuss about genotoxicity and teratogenicity. So first of all we will see genotoxicity. Okay, so the genotoxicity, these are the agents which are dangerous for the genes, genetic material in our body. These are the agents that can cause the direct or indirect damage to the DNA molecule. See, these can be the species which are causing impact, or these are causing damage to our DNA molecule or genetic material. They are harmful because they do the changes in whole cell, right? And they can form the mutations, and mutations can cause the cancer. In this way, all these terms are interrelated, correct? So, various genotoxicity substance or genotoxins they can be various reactive oxygen species. They can be called as oxidants. Okay. Also, UV and ionizing radiations. Okay. The UV ionizing radiations. Okay. These radiations, suppose these UV radiations, suppose this is the skin, and these UV radiations, they act on our skin. They cause damage to the DNA molecule in the skin. Okay. Also, due to the DNA molecule damage or genotoxicity, these agents can cause the mutations in our skin cells. Due to these mutations, it have ability to act as carcinogen or cause the cancer or cause the carcinogen, or the agents they can be carcinogenic. So all these factors are interrelated. Also, some nucleoside analogs, topoisomerase inhibitors and protein synthesis inhibitors can be also the genotoxic agents. See, genotoxic can be of following category depending upon its effects. Genotoxins, as I told you here, genotoxins can be mutagenic, genotoxins can be carcinogenic, and genotoxin can be teratogenic, which I am going to explain in next session or next slide. So, genotoxins can cause mutations, genotoxins can cause cancer, and genotoxins can cause the teratogenicity. Okay, so here mechanism of genotoxicity, the simple mechanism of the genotoxicity is that they cause damage to the DNA molecule. They are damaging the DNA, its structure or its sequence. Okay, they are damaging its structure or sequence. Okay, these genotoxic substances interact at specific locations or a base sequence of DNA structure, causing lesions. Okay, these lesions here, they cause the lesions, and these lesions can cause the breakdown of DNA. Okay, or they can cause the fusion of different DNA molecules, which is not desirable. Also, deletion of certain part of DNA. Also, missegregation, misjunction, or leading to damage and mutation. For the genotoxicity, you have to remember a simple thing. That is, genotoxicity causes damage in DNA. Damage in DNA or genetic material may cause the mutations. And mutations can cause the cancer. Okay, so this is all about genotoxicity. All mutations are genotoxic, however, not all genotoxic substances are mutagenic. Okay, not all genotoxic substances, like it is not compulsory that reactive oxygen species will always cause the mutations. Okay, they will cause the genotoxicity or they will harm to the DNA, but every time it is not compulsory or mandatory that they will cause the mutations, but all mutations occur for damage in DNA. So all mutations are genotoxic, but all genotoxic substances does not cause the mutation. This is all about genotoxicity. Next one is teratogenicity. So what is teratogenicity? teratogenicity can be explained by a word teratogen. See, teratogen is any agent that can produce a permanent alteration in structure and function of an organism exposed during embryonic or fetal life. While the fertilization occurring in the womb, okay, mother's womb, the embryo is forming. Between that process, if any agent which is swallowed by a mother, which is causing the damage to that embryo or genetic material in that embryo, can act as a teratogen. Okay, so teratogenicity can be explained in the study of teratology. Teratology is the study of abnormalities of physiological development of an embryo. It is often thought as study of human birth defects. Okay, it is much broader than taking it as non-birth developmental stages including puberty, non-human life forms including plants. Okay, the teratogenicity study started with the tragedy. Okay, the base of this study, why this study is done, is because one drug that is called as thalidomide. It was the drug which was used to the pregnant ladies for reducing or for curing the morning sickness they were getting during their period or during their pregnancy period. What happened? This drug was producing the birth defects in children or the fetus inside the womb of a pregnant ladies, and this drug was withdrawn from the market as it produced 10,000 children in 46 countries with birth defects. Okay, and due to this birth defects, see what happened, this thalidomide was given to the pregnant ladies. The lady was taken and the placenta, which was the medium to pass the nutrients from mother to the fetus, this was carrying this drug, and this drug caused the birth defects, and this birth defects caused many children or fetus, more than 10,000 children in 46 countries with the birth defects. Okay, some are proven human teratogens and abnormality. Thalidomide, which causes multiple defects, and phocomelium, then antineoplastic drugs, which causes multiple defects and fetal death, androgens, which caused the virilization, esophageal and cardiac defects, progesterone, virilization of female fetus, silbestrol, which caused the vaginal carcinoma, tetracycline, which causes discolored teeth and bone defects, warfarin, nose, eye, hand defects and growth retardation, whereas phenytoin causes cleft lip, then palate, microcephaly and hypoplastic phalanges. Okay, how this teratogenicity study is done. Here, one rodent and one non-rodent, preferably rabbit, it is taken. It is divided in 3 graded doses: highest dose, lowest dose and intermediate dose. Highest dose will be minimum maternal toxicity. Lowest dose proportional to the proposed dose for clinical use in humans, and intermediate dose for logarithmically between 2 other doses. Means one high dose, mid dose and low dose we are taking here. Drug is administered throughout the period of organogenesis. If it is a period of 21 days, if it is a period of 6 months, if it is a period of 9 months in human. So it is given for whole pregnancy period. After that, route of administration intended is the same. If we are choosing one route of administration, for example oral route, we have to keep the oral route instinct, or we have to put the oral route, or we have to use the oral route for whole total pregnancy period. Then we have to give the doses to control and treated groups, at least 20 pregnant rats and 12 rabbits on each dose levels. All the fetuses are subjected to cross-examination, skeletal and visceral abnormalities, where we find whether we find any abnormalities. What kind of abnormalities? Signs of intoxication, effect on body weight, effect on food intake, examination of uterus, ovaries and uterine contents, number of corpora lutea, implantation of site and resorption. Then total number of fetuses, whether it is reduced or increased or what has happened. Then gender, body length, weight, gross visceral and skeletal abnormalities, whether we are getting all these abnormalities. What are the finding? These are the observation of parameters to study the teratogenicity study. See, this is all about carcinogenicity study, mutagenicity study, teratogenicity study and genotoxicity. All these are interrelated and all these can cause, even genotoxicity can cause the carcinogenicity, or mutagenicity can cause the carcinogenicity, mutagenicity can cause the teratogenicity. All these are interrelated. Okay, so the basic concept of each one is now known to you. So thank you very much.